And it's all set up correctly. I think everyone's in the right place. Yeah. No chat, though. That's kind of cringe. There we go. There's the chat. Okay. As last time in our humble adventure, you all finally arrived to the place that... Did I just close the Roll20 for myself? I think I did. That's kind of weird, but... Sorry.
Bless you.
You all finally arrived to the place that offered you the job long ago as you traveled toward Wolford on your final day of travel, arriving soon after. On the day of travel, nothing of particular note occurred, aside from the spotting of what looked like a old keep or a small castle off in the distance behind the town. That, to the eyes of Josie and Soul, looked rather, what's the word, decrepit, and, not decrepit, it was well kept, but it was clearly old. Like, it was, standing the tests of time, it was wearing down from age. But, nonetheless, you continued your travel toward the town of Wolford, eventually arriving at the gates as the sign welcomed you, saying, "Wolford welcomes you." As you arrived at the gates and were quickly searched by the guards and given some directions, and also had your IDs looked over. You're given directions to several different places. I'm going to take this opportunity to move you guys over to the Wolford map. Unless anyone... Yeah, I'm just moving you. Doesn't matter what you need. I've decided against it. Alright. As you all were given directions to several places, first to the, of course, Temple of Order in the center of town, where you would be able to go and meet the mayor for your employment opportunity, and as well to a inn and bar, the Dandelions Inn and Bar, a popular bar that also served as an inn inside the large city-like town. The town itself was huge, bigger than any town that you've all been to so far, but not as big as some cities that some of you have all ventured to, as large stone walls stood at the sides of it, and the roads were paved with stone, and the buildings stood taller than normal town buildings. And there was a chipper atmosphere about as people went about their daily routine throughout the town. As you all first went and docked your carriage and stabled whiskey for the rest of your venture, so that he would be fed and taken care of while you were here. Then, afterward, wasting no time, you went off to go find the mayor at the Temple of Order. As you went toward the large temple in the center of the city, you saw as well there was what looked like almost like a park area, an area of wildlife, grass, and tree at the center that had what looked like a statue to the goddess Illustre as well in the midst of the park. As you approached the temple, you all entered and got escorted to meet the mayor. As you were asked to wait a moment, as you did, you looked over some of the reading inside the waiting area and were able to get a better grasp of some of the landmarks of the town, knowing to visit some famous locations of the town itself, such as a bookstore, a magical forge, and that was the only ones that piqued everyone's interest from there, at the very least, at the moment. And then, before much more time could pass, the doors to the mayor's office swinged open, and you were escorted in, where you quickly went to go meet the mayor. you entered in and found yourself standing before two women inside this office room. The first was a skinny, squirrely-looking human woman that you were come to learn was Mayor Serpent Stone. Was it Stone? I believe it was. Yes, it was Stone. And the other, a drow woman with dark black skin and long silver hair. Lady Alia Ilsani, or however it was pronounced. Nonetheless, bearing the symbolage of Illustre on her garments as well. Before the conversation could go too far, Isaac was able to recognize Lady Ilsani as a councilwoman that once represented Destin in the Council of Praxmore. After questioning her a bit while she was here, she admitted that she had retired from her councilwoman position and was looking for a more quiet life now, away from the city of Praxmore, settling into civilian life. Some conversation was had, discussing the details of the job, as several things were brought up. Firstly, that there were several groups that you would be able to work with. The guard, security, the merchants guild, and some other like landscaping decoration work as well. That's not particularly part of any one faction. But the nature of the deal was discussed. There was some suspicion thrown the way of the mayor, as she was a, well, kindly put, very nervous person, who was often stumbling over her words and shaking while she talked. However, many people admitted that you had met later, and the lady Ilsani also admitted that Mayor Serpentstone is just a jumpy woman in that regard. But aside from that, there were some things that she was saying that did not perfectly line up. As one thing she said was that as you read over the contract, you was revealed that you had obligations to protect the town in there. And when asked, she said she did not believe that the town was in any danger. But, and though you can't tell if this is just because of her nervous nature or because of something more, not sinister, but more, obvious, she did not appear to believe that. She appeared to at least be concerned about something coming to go to this town. But not much time passed as you talked before Lady Ilsani decided to leave, and you just continued your discussion with the mayor, eventually leading the questioning to the castle behind the town, where she revealed that a vampire lives there, who, by accord of the temple, is allowed to live there through old contracts and obligations that she does not know the reasons of, as the temple says it is not her business to know, which she took offense to, you could tell, considering she is the mayor. But nonetheless, you tried to prod some questions about the vampire, but she was quick to not try to answer any of them. As she did not seem to know, and she also did not seem to be too keen to talk about the vampire. It seemed she was a bit afraid of the topic, but she also seemed like she could be afraid of her own shadow. Nonetheless, the contracts were given to you all, you read them over, and you learned your obligations, and were told that the next day you would be returning here, and you would be meeting with the representatives, and you would all be assigned your works. You got the confirmation of what your pay would be, and the assumed work period, which was 4 to 5 days. Sorry. Your discussion with the mayor was cut short, however, by knocking on the door and informing of the mayor that another guest of hers had arrived. Straightening up suddenly, she asked you all to quickly sign the papers as soon as you could. To which you all did, signing one by one, with Beryl signing first and signing rather haphazardly. And then After you all had signed, she had quickly rushed you all out as you stepped outside and saw a man waiting outside. What looked like a blue skinned tiefling man, or he might have been purple, can't remember. Well, it was probably like a darkish blue. Dressed in completely dark red wizard robes, holding a wooden staff at his side, with a smug grin on his face. There was some greetings exchanged, but at the attempt to gain the individual's name, he flippantly dismissed it, saying that it was likely you all would never meet again. And then entered the mayor's office without approval from the assistant, just sauntering in, to the mayor's surprise as you all heard her last words before the doors shut, cutting you off from hearing the rest of the conversation. As after that, you all went to leave the temple before discussing any further matters. As you went downstairs and found yourself at the entrance, you saw what was a man in the midst of a talk with another one of the workers at the temple. A strange-looking man. Let me pull up the description again. Where are you? A man with dusky gray skin, elven ears, short gray hair, and completely dark black pupilless eyes. Wearing what looked like simple but peasant-like purple garments, as he was clearly discussing an urgent need to see the mayor. To which he was dismissed, saying that he would be allowed to speak with her the next day. Isaac, taking some control and saying that he is, in fact, a worker of the mayor and a worker of the town, went and approached the man to ask what his business was, as he eventually introduced himself as a Renewal Perpetor, who said that he needed assistance putting the statues of the Raven Queen up across the town, as he is too weak to be able to do it himself, and he understands that the mayor was in difficult waters last year, so she was unable to assist, but this year he would really appreciate assistance setting the statues up, as the Raven Queen must be thanked during the festival. Isaac, promising to pass the message along, bid the man farewell as he went to leave. As you all stepped outside and began to have a conversation about what you had just partaken in the conversation, as there was some suspicions clear about the situation itself and about the mayor as well. But nonetheless, you all went your separate ways, going to different places, some of you heading in the same direction. Beryl remained in the park area due to comfort reasons, as she went and relaxed in the area itself. Sol went off back toward the inn. Then Carolina, Astrid, Josie, Silas, and Isaac went off toward the first, what was the forge, where they would part ways, with Silas, Isaac, and Carolina heading toward the bookstore, and Astrid and Josie heading into the forge itself. As Astrid and Josie entered the forge, they found themselves meeting with a woman they did not think would be the woman they would meet, as she introduced herself as Tika, which conflicted with information you had gotten before, as this woman was clearly a half-elven woman, a muscular, tan-skinned half-elven woman, in the midst of her forging at the forge, whereas the Tika that you all believed you knew from the description of the location was a gnomish woman, as saying that she was disgruntled and pissed off, to say the least, as she admitted that she is not Tika, but Tika does not want people to know that she's Tika anymore, so she pretends to be her, and that she hopes she's going to have a talk with the mayor to get that pamphlet removed. Nonetheless, some conversation was had with the woman. First, by Astrid asking about if she was able to remove an enchantment, to which she said she would be unable to, but the real Tika could. Then Josie went on to ask her some questions about various things, mostly about guns and weapons, as a conversation went on regarding this. She admitted that she could forge a gun, but she cannot make you bullets. And she said that she could forge a very powerful gun at that as well. As the conversation continued, Astrid went and asked the woman if she would be down to get drinks with the two of you tonight. To which, after some consideration, she said yes, and that she would meet you at Dandelion's Inn and Bar. On the topic of Dandelion's Inn and Bar, as Astrid and Josie concluded their business at the forge and went off to the gun shop now instead to buy bullets, Sol arrived back at the inn, where she entered and purchased herself a room for 4 days, and approached the bar where a tall, red-haired man was stood. A tall, red-haired man, standing at the bar with what looks like a pole, a large pole wrapped in this cloth at his side, where you could not see any of it underneath. At the bar, with a mug in hand and a grin as well, as he was drinking and laughing, and all of the people inside the bar and some out were all looking toward him. Sol walked right up to the bar and sat right next to him. As she asked for the strongest drink they had, the barkeep asked if the individual was still paying for all drinks that were being bought tonight, to which he said yes. And then Sol was given their strongest drink, an Orcish Magma, I think it was whiskey or ale. It was ale. Orcish Magma ale. A very hot and very potent drink that Sol was able to down pretty spectacularly in one hit, and not fall unconscious, die, or vomit in any of that. As the man standing next to her was very amused by this, laughing aloud, and commending her for such. Pleasantries were exchanged as he introduced himself as Satanta Theon. As Sol, asking about why he was such the center of attention, he revealed that he was a member of the Knights of Four, a order of knights in the city of Praxmore that represent the four nations, and the Knights of Camelon, the highest-ranking knights of the city of Destin that are found in the city of Camelon. As he said, he was here on business, working, to which Sol was able to infer and get out of him that he was working with the security detail of the town to help protect the city and fix things up during the festival. Conversation continued on, and Sol was able to get out of him that he was also here with his apprentice, but also Sol was able to discern that he was dodging around the question of why he was here, simply cutting the question short, saying that he was here with security, or, moving on or deflecting rather well during the conversation. But as Sol was doing that, Beryl, in the park by herself, was simply communicating with the plants, the trees, and the greenery around. As she did, she was able to get something interesting from them, as an affirmation that he was here was given by them, and it seemed to be one of just acknowledging a daily routine, as a drow man approached the temple of Illustre, and then cleaned it off, left what looks like an ornamental design of a bastard sword atop the altar, and then walked away, as Beryl watched him from behind a tree. That is all Beryl got up to during that time, and at the same time, Isaac, Carolina, and Silas went to approach the bookstore, but before they could arrive, a young boy in a yellow hat calling out to sell newspapers approached Isaac, offering to sell him a newspaper, to which Isaac bought. Tipping his yellow hat, he walked away after successfully selling, and Isaac read the headline as it read of a serial killer that had been apprehended by the name of Edward Magi, one who was killing people by drowning them. So Isaac was surprised by this and then was quickly lost in thought. Was it forgotten that he wore a yellow hat? Or is this just... Okay. Either way, Isaac was lost in thought after this as you all continued on to the bookstore, arriving and meeting the animated armor at the line as this large queue of people waited to enter the bookstore. It explained several things to you, and you eventually were able to get it to introduce itself as... Let's see what its name was. I can't remember off the top of my head. Roger. As Roger, the animated suit of armor, gave you... Oh, it's fixed. Okay, there we go. Roger, the animated suit of armor, gave you all a bunch of information regarding the library. So much that I don't think I could cover all of it, and I've already dragged this recap on for quite a while, and we started late, so I'm just going to cut it short. You got a lot of information. Isaac was able to trigger what seemed like a defense mechanism that caused him to threaten him. And then you all were able to successfully enter the bookstore where the current runner, Sorgulg, awaited, scolded Isaac, almost kicked him out after what seemed like a threat, and then let you all go about to buy your items, which you successfully bought. Some strange things happened while inside, such as a stargazer lily to Silas almost growing at the side of one of the books as he looked upon it. And for Isaac, what looked like a yellow-brimmed, a yellow-spined book that he just happened to notice, that when he went to go check out buying it was not actually a book that they sold there. But, nonetheless, everyone was able to purchase their books, and then you all exited. As you stepped out, and all of you, the three of you, discussed your next plans. Silas said he had some business to go attend to himself, and went off on his own, while Carolina and Isaac went to go find Beryl. Does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns, anything I left out that they think that is important enough to go over? I'm gonna give it the count of 3, and then on 3 we're done. 1, 2, 3. I meant 5. 4, 5. Okay. As we're going to pick back up where we left off. As for now, why don't we pick off where we left off with, let's see, what will inevitably be the larger group of people. As Carolina, Isaac, you two, make your way back to the center of town, and you find yourselves before the grassy area, and you see Beryl about. Beryl, I'd say you'd be able to see Carolina and Isaac arrive back as well. As what do you three do as you all see each other starting now?
Hi.
How's it going, Beryl?
All right. Just hanging out here with the trees. How was your trip?
Pretty good. I'd say informative.
The library was very nice.
Where's wasn't Silas with you?
Yeah,
He said he had some business to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, James.
It's okay. How have you been? Just hanging out by yourself here?
Well, I'm not not by myself, but you know. Yeah,
Okay. Silas said that he will meet us back at the inn, right, Isaac?
I mean, I assume that if the body said that, but if he didn't, I assume that's what he's gonna do.
Okay.
So
Um,
then,
yeah,
can we
so
go to the inn?
yeah. Josie and Ashford should also be meeting us there soon, so and Sol is already there, I believe, so let's head back there then.
All right.
We haven't seen well we I think we saw it from the outside, but we didn't actually go inside the inn
No, you
yet,
did not
right?
go the inn. Only Soul has been entered the inn so far.
Okay. Yeah. Let's hope it's as nice as the other inns we've been to.
So the three of you are heading back to the inn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you head toward the inn, as they do, Soul. Just a quick question. As you were conversing with the kind gentleman while there, is there anything else you would have been doing aside from that?
She would have just asked him 2 more questions.
Yeah, feel free to.
So, you are a knight? Um, have you ever seen a black knight?
You're gonna have to be more specific about what you mean by black knight. Like, black skinned?
Armor, dark
Armor.
knight, big horns.
What type of armor?
Could she tell
Plate.
at all?
Definitely some sort of plate.
Plate mail.
Mm.
Are you familiar with the god Seth?
Can't say I am. Not much of a knowledge on the gods. But I've never seen someone with black armor and black plate armor and horns, though might not be only one type of person like that in the world, so I don't know if I could help you even if I have.
I understand that was not specific, but does the incantation swallow light, devour hope, mal clarent? Does that mean anything to you?
Ponders for a moment as you see him look down to his mug, and you see him in deep thought as he is deeply considering something, as if he is thinking. And he shakes his head and goes, "Sounds like a rather foul incantation, I'll tell you, but I can't say I've heard it myself before."
She would nod seriously and then say something really silly and just kind of like punch him in the arm
Sure.
and then continue
Sure.
talking and drinking.
You'd be drinking along with him? Are you trying to just casually drink, or are you trying to match him drinking?
She's just going for casual.
Okay. Good choice. Alright. As you are doing that, at the same time, Carolina, Isaac, and Beryl make their way through the streets of Wolford and drive toward the inn. The queue of people that were standing outside the windows watching the inside has dwindled now. Not as many as you look toward the doors that are swinged open.
What do the people watching from the window look like they're doing? Like are they watching something inside? Or they?
They look like they're staring inside. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I'll head in.
Sure.
I nudge somebody and go, "Hey, what's with the crowd?"
You're gonna approach a crowd and nudge someone.
Yeah, the people looking in the window.
Sure. A human woman looks over to you as she goes, "Oh, there appears to be what looks like a knight in there. someone of high esteem. I don't know myself, but people have been talking. I came to take a look myself.
But,
What kind of knight? I mean, like, there's a lot of knights, I think.
Like I said, I don't know myself. I came to check it out with my friends here, and we tried to find that, and we tried to ask a bunch of people around, but it appears much of the crowd has left already.
what time of the day is it?
It's like later afternoon by this point, maybe like 3-ish, you'd guess. The sun's still out. You don't get like an exact time as per usual, but
I just kind of, I look up, I look back at Isaac, and I look at the lady. I'm like, it's night inside?
Beryl, are you not familiar with, a knight of a kingdom? Or, God, I get this is a difficult one to explain. A soldier who protects kingdoms, also known as a knight?
Well, I think I have an idea, but well, I don't really. I wouldn't call it a knight.
Well, it's. I'm gonna. I mean,
If anything, I mean, knight would just remind me of something, where all the bad things come out.
it's spelled slightly differently, but it's the same pronunciation as the knight that you're referring to.
Okay.
But suffice to say, it is a soldier of a kingdom who is of some esteem and protects a territory.
If you say so. Should we go in?
Yeah, let's find out what this is about.
right. As the three of you walk in, you step in and you see the bar that I described last time. I'll give a quick refresher. Multi-floored inn with a good amount of people inside now that are all in the midst of drinking and merrymaking. You see what looks like a tall human or half-elven man. You can't tell. You can't see his ears. Standing right next to Sol with curly red hair and leathers. And I guess the red crimson eyes is important to remind everyone of that. As he is stood next to Sol at the bar, holding a mug as the both of them appear to be drinking and talking. As the three of you stand examining the room, upon entering, the individual at the side of you, at the little kiosk area at the side, the halfling goes up and goes, "Ah! More guests today! How can I help you? You here to drink? Get a room?
Both?
Yeah.
I can help you out with the room. How long will you be staying?"
Were we there with? No, I think only Astrid went to about the how long for
mean,
whiskey, right?
I mean, we were
Only-
told that the job would take anywhere from 3 to 4 days.
Okay.
4 to 5 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say a week. Make it give us some extra time.
Is that all of you, or just this gentleman here staying the week?
We can pay for our own rooms and
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's fine. How many rooms do you have?
Oh, we have plenty. You don't need to worry about that. I can assure you.
All right.
Okay. So yeah.
A week for me as well.
So if you're staying a week, that'd be 7 silver from each of you.
okay,
Uh,
silver.
And just
I
like open my coin purse. I look at all the copper and
How
gold.
How much is 7 silver and like? Because I don't have silver on me, so.
He can break
It
a
would-
gold. 10 silver is 1 gold. And if he sees you all struggling with that, he goes, "I can also break a gold piece for you, if you'd
Okay,
like.
yeah,
I can
yeah.
break it, give you 3 silver back."
Yeah, okay. That
I,
works.
I kind of size him up. You're like, you can break a gold piece.
Oof. Really wish Astrid was here right now, but
I take out a gold piece and I hand it to him.
I don't
Right.
mean literally, ma'am. As in, you'll give me the gold piece and I'll give you the difference that it would be, which would be 3 silver now.
Beryl, this man is not trying to cheat you. I promise you. He is not able to physically break a gold, but you
It's
will
how,
receive.
I mean, I
That's how
probably
money
could
works.
physically break this gold piece, but that's a waste of money.
I don't know. I think it would be pretty impressive. It's a pretty good use of money.
Ma'am, I'd rather not be breaking your golds. Are you getting the room or not?
Oh yes, please.
So he'd take the gold piece you handed him and give you back 3 silver.
I'll take it
I'll
back.
also buy room for a week, and I'll also give him a gold piece for it.
Yeah. You get 3 silver back.
Okay.
Alrighty. And he'd hand each of you a key. And give you directions as he would have given you as well, Soul. To room upstairs. You go. Righto. That's that. If you need drinks, you can speak to the barkeep over there, so you'd look over the bar and nod to it. Or you can take a seat at one of the tables and one of the barmaids will get to you.
Thank you.
Have
we
a
saw
good day.
Soul when we saw.
Oh
Soul
yeah,
when
you
we
see
came in.
Soul. You see Soul in the middle of this conversation with this man.
It's kind of hard to miss.
Especially next to the other man who's
yeah.
very hard to
Right,
miss in
right.
here, so...
Yeah. I'll
Well-
wave to her and call out. Soul. Hi.
Soul, you'd hear your name be called, and you'd see Beryl, Isaac, and Caroline at the door.
Setanda, those are my traveling companions.
Ah!
Walk over to her.
Does he turn around and look at us?
Yeah, he'd turn. As he does, you would see the symbols on his chest, Isaac. You'd instantly recognize both of them. As you know of the Knights of Camelon being the legendary knights of the city of Camelon of the Kingdom of Destin, that uphold the highest standards of the nation and serve the queen or ruler directly. But you also recognize the other symbol emblazoned on his chest of the Knights of Four. The Knights of Four are a Praxmorian order of knights. There are only 4 of them at one time, and they are chosen by the representatives of each of the nations in Praxmore. They represent the protectors and the safeguarding of the people and interests of each of those of their respective nation in the city of Praxmore. Where, yeah, that's it basically, and also
Holy.
protects the council member assigned to them. They are a prestigious order, and most of them are rather revered and well recognized.
Quick question.
Yes.
What was he wearing? Leather armor, or what kind? What was he wearing? The person who Soul was talking to.
Yes, I can describe his appearance again, really quickly. As he
I
is
just want
a
to know his-
6'5" human
yeah.
or half-elven man, wearing an assortment of very well-made leathers and hides, as you see what look like pieces of animal hide and fur over what look like very well-made pieces of leather that is studded as well, with curly red hair, white skin, reddish crimson eyes, looking about to be middle-aged, but in very good shape.
Holy shit. Guys, we got a celebrity.
And there it is.
Oh, fuck. Did I just blow up your spot?
Nah, people already know. It's not a huge deal.
I'm sorry. Would I recognize
you
which
can
one
roll
he is?
history.
Yeah, well.
Yes, you know this to be Satanta Theon, one of the legendary knights of the Knights of Camelon, in fact. He is also gone by the name the Spear of Destin.
Wow, I'm sorry. I'm a little starstruck. I mean, I'm sure you get this a lot. It's an honor, sir. I'm from
well,
Proxmore myself.
what can I say? I'm a very handsome man. I know that a bit difficult when you meet with one such as I. Oh, you're from Praxmore too, then.
I am.
It explained why you'd know me from the instant you laid eyes on me, as he'd take his wrapped up item and just lay it up against his arms, and then just put up both of his arms around it, hanging from it. So he goes, well, suppose I don't need any real introduction, but I'll give it anyway. The name's Satanta Theon. It's good to meet you all. Your friend here has been keeping me good company, so hope that you all could do the same.
And I apologize for the simping.
Well, it's nice to meet you. You can call me Carolina.
In Carolina, you could roll history, in fact, when you saw the symbols as well. You know of the symbols. You know of the symbol of you know of the two symbols, and you know they're important, and you know of some things about them, but you don't know nearly as much as Isaac. You certainly can tell he's an important individual, though, just by them.
You have quite the crowd going on for you outside.
Well, I usually attract crowds where I go. Not very good for espionage work, I'll tell you.
I can imagine.
But I suppose that's not really my style anyway.
My name is Isaac Darrow. My father and I run a shop in a bookbinding shop in Praxmore.
Ah, sounds quaint.
Yeah, it could be described as quaint. This is kind of silly, but can I get your autograph?
Not silly at all. It's not the first time I've been asked. You got something for me to write on and something for me to sign.
Yes, I pull out a page from my book, and I hand him a quill and ink.
All right. As he would sign Satanta Theon, as he goes, you wanted to make it out to anyone in particular?
No. Just the autograph itself is enough.
All right. As he would sign, and he'd hand it back to you. As you'd look it over, you'd see that he signed his name, and on the S, he draws a little curve with it that goes around the bottom of the name. That looks like a barbed piece of wire going across it.
Neat.
Can I use my my magic awareness?
Mm-hmm. Can you link it?
Yeah. The thought process is essentially Isaac and Carolina like instantly recognizing this man, and Beryl is just like, so is he magic?
Well, as you magic awareness, magic certainly exudes off him and around him. A comforting magic, almost, actually, as well. Somewhat nostalgic, as there are what feel like almost fey energies that exude off of him. But not immensely. They're very little. You can just tell they're like, passively fey energies there. However...
Just generally coming from him?
Yes. The
Okay.
object wrapped in the cloth, you get nothing from for the most part. But there is a tiny, tiny piece of the cloth that is just a little bit off. That not enough to reveal anything underneath it, but enough for you to feel what feels like immense, powerful, powerful magic just emanating from beneath it. All-encompassing, almost overwhelming magic coming from beneath the cloth from whatever is beneath it. it feels mighty and strong.
Any specific school?
No.
Okay. I'll like lean closer to him and just be like, excuse me, do you happen to be from the Feywild?
Nope. Not from there. Not from here either, though. From a far off land. Don't know if people here have a name for it in your common tongue. We call it Inish Vale, where I come from.
May I roll history on that?
That's from the wrong thing I write, but no, you don't recognize the name.
Do I?
Nope.
Well, it sounds magical.
It's certainly something. It's a small little island, far east of here.
So,
Well, you could say we have a bit of a connection with the Fae there, so I can see why you'd think that, perhaps.
How long have you been here?
Oh, I've lived here longer than I lived in Inish Vale. I was just trained there and was born there for the most part. I've been here for what feels like about 40 years, maybe.
Go ahead, Anthony.
so, what brings you to Wolford, of all places?
Why did your voice drop like that? Am I crazy? Did anyone else hear that?
Hear what?
Did Anthony's voice get deeper there in the middle of that?
Did it?
I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
sounded like a trying to impress someone's voice, oh yeah, so what brings you here?
That's just Anthony's debonair, sexy voice.
As he goes, work.
Okay, Isaac would probably know that like this. If he's here on a work assignment, it has to be like something pretty big. Like this guy doesn't mess around with small
You'd
stuff.
know that it'd be unlikely for a Knight of the Four to just be here to earn 500 gold from setting up decorations for a town. You know that'd be pretty unlikely.
All right,
But it's not impossible, technically. They can do what they want. As long as they're not on assignment.
Would this be an assignment coming from one of your stations?
I wouldn't worry about it. Work is work. Nothing to worry any of your heads over.
Can I insight check him
Sure.
on nothing to worry about?
Hard man to read. Exudes a lot of confidence, though.
He's so charismatic. So, what are we drinking?
Whatever you want. I've been paying for all the drinks today that everyone's ordered. And I'm gonna keep doing the same. Go on up and get whatever you'd like.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I'll try and get the bartender's attention.
Yeah, the bartender would ask you what you'd like.
Have you got any elven wine?
Yeah. So he'd go and bring out you a glass of elven wine. He'd pour it for you.
All right, and she'd take it, and drink it slowly.
But enough about me. What brings all of you here? Heard from your friend here that she's here working, and she's been traveling with you all. Just here for work,
Yeah.
or any of you got business here in good old Wolford?
No business as of yet, but definitely here for the work.
Same. just here for work. I'm not really from around here at all, so exploring's a bit of a new thing for me, and I'd like to see a bit of everything.
Ah, where are you from?
I'm from the Feywild.
Ah! You're a real fish out of water then here.
I've never even been in water.
Not a big fan myself. Say I prefer
I've
the
heard-
land.
I've heard pretty mixed reviews as well. But I'd still like to see it.
Well, reckon if you explore enough, you'll probably find your way to a beach one day at the very least.
I'm looking forward to it.
Though, exploring, you find yourself at a bad time to be exploring recently with all that's going on.
It does seem that way.
Aye. Well, I can promise you, things are a bit more peaceful usually.
Any news from the front? We've been on the road for a while, haven't really gotten updates.
Just back and forth, dick measuring competition between Vosia and Zillion. Haven't been paying too much attention. Hasn't spread too far outside of the conflicts, out of sea near, fuck, what's the fucking place? Can't believe I'm forgetting the name of this place. Near Trevine. Thank you. Haven't gotten much word of any conflicts, particularly outside of the naval ones near Trevine. Up north. Hopefully stays that way or resolves itself before it spreads to the land and starts pulling other people into it.
I don't know if this would be of interest to you. I mean, you probably have, more important matters to look into or be aware of, but we came across a bit of a skirmish on our way to town.
Oh? Skirmish between Vosians and Zillions?
Not quite. It was a skirmish between devils and Dragonborn. Seemed to be followers of Tiamat.
Stops in the middle of drinking, just stops drinking and lowers the mug. Looks to you with a serious expression. Not pulling my leg there, are you, lad?
No, sir, I have no reason to.
He scowls a bit. How close?
Would it be like was it like a day out
It was a day
from
out,
Wolford? Yeah. I'd say about a day out, and I think to the, if we came in this way, it would be to the southwest, right?
Yes.
Day out southwest.
That's troubling news. Thank you for sharing that with me. Then, if you have any more details on the skirmish, I'd like you to tell me. That's no light. Nothing. That's not light. That's real heavy, actually.
Is it? Do tell.
Oh, they're devils and Tiamat followers, lad.
Well, yeah, I know that it's not exactly the most common occurrence.
Not a matter of it just being common. They're also very much not the best people to be around. I'd probably stick with the devil followers before I'd stick with the Tiamats.
Do you think it has something to do with the war?
Don't know. Might have something to do with opportunity. War brings a lot of lapses in judgments and a lot of blind eyes.
It'd be certainly a problem if there was, if they were hired by Vosia or Zillion as proxy fighters.
Vosia? Unlikely. Zillion? Definitely not Tiamat followers. They'd have to be desperate for the devils.
Well, you said so yourself. War creates a bit of a crazed frenzy.
Could be anything, really. I'll have to look into it when I get a free opportunity later.
I wish I had more details for you, but we kind of got out of there as soon as possible.
I can't
The only thing
blame
of
you for
note
that.
is that the devils, I believe it was the devils who offered us the money, right?
Yes.
The devils offered us money to help fight the Tiamat followers, but we got out of there as soon as we could.
Probably for the best. You don't probably want to be brokering deals between yourselves and devils.
No, sir.
Well, I'll take a look into that when I get the chance. Thank you for informing me. So he'd give you a smile, toothy smile, as you'd see. His canines are sharp, wolf-like in their appearance as well, like fangs.
Yeah, no, not a problem. I mean, if anyone could do something about it, I'm sure you and your kind. He wouldn't say kind. He would say you and yours.
Like I said, I'll look into it, but, you know, work and all right now. So he takes a drink from the mug again.
Yeah, work.
As quickly, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to move to someone else. Okay?
Okay.
As we're going to move to... I don't want to miss you by going to another group. So, Ben, I'm going to move to you as Silas. You're heading toward the Dragon's Tinctures.
Yes.
Alright, as you make your way through the city, and you arrive toward the building, the Dragon's Tinctures, as you find yourself before a red brick building with a blue roof and a chimney that has a puff of smoke coming out of it. That looks more like a residence than a shop, in fact, but still has a signpost at the side that says the Dragon's Tinctures. That has what looks like a symbol of a potion bottle that has a puff of smoke coming out of it, and the smoke is in the shape of a dragon's head. What do you do?
How busy does the place look?
Doesn't look particularly busy, actually.
Step inside and take a look around.
Alrighty. As you open the door and step inside, a strange odor assaults your nostrils. What smells like the smell of mint, but also what smells like alcohol, like heavy, like focused and pure alcohol that fills the room. As there is a low smoke that emanates throughout the room as well, that makes it foggy and somewhat hard to see. But as you look around, you see this circular small room that you're in, that has little furnishing about, just a couple chairs, some tables, and some shelves that have what look like potions in vials inside of them. And at the back, there is what looks like several pieces of alchemy equipment. A cauldron that is bubbling with what you can assume is what is making the scent and the smoke. A table that is carved with a pentagram in it that has what looks like veins of glowing green flowing through it. You can recognize that as some sort of alchemical table where magical components of alchemy are performed generally. And a door at the side as well. In the room, there is what looks like a... Where is it? Where are you? I'm sorry, give me a moment.
Alright.
What looks like a tiefling with greenish, sickly skin, in a sort of loose hanging black robes on them, standing about near the cauldron as they move their hand above it, with what looks like long, sort of messy black hair, and what looks like sort of shot pale blue eyes at it as well, as he appears to be a man. As he is in the midst of moving his hand about, as it does, you see what looks like a spoon inside the cauldron itself twirling as he twirls his hand. As he sees you enter and simply cracks a half smile as he goes, "Enter, please. Shut the door behind you."
Okay, I'll shut the door.
"I don't recognize you, so you must be new. How can I help you?"
I was curious what kind of goods might be purveying at a acclaimed place in this wonderful town.
"I sell a variety of different things, my dear. Potions, mostly potions, potion-adjacent things, alchemical components, spell components, you know." Cooking
And
utensils.
how much? Do you sell things related to poison problems?
Antidotes. Well, yes, I do sell antidotes as well.
What sort of variety of antidotes?
Depends on the poison you're looking to cure, but generally, if it's a poison, I can probably cure it.
How much would one of these general antidotes run?
A normal antidote, well, that's rather simple. I sell them for about 50 gold pieces.
I would be interested in one of those. If I could.
Certainly. Is that all would you would like to buy, Mr.?
Oh, apologies. Silas.
Good to meet you, Silas. My apologies for my rudeness. I forgot to introduce myself. I am Balaron Malfarian.
The name. It's a pleasure to meet you. Ultimately, myself, my sister, and others will be here for a while, doing some work for the festival. I just like to be prepared for possible different scenarios.
Worried about being poisoned, then?
Worried about a good many things. I like to have as many different bases covered as I can.
Can't say I blame you.
Do you have anything that can protect one's mind from being manipulated?
Magical potions cost a bit more than the mundane things, I should warn you. But yes, we do have things of that sort.
I doubt I have the money for it currently, but it'd be good to know what I might be potentially bringing my money from working the festival to.
So what were you specifically asking for? Remind me again, sorry.
Potion to protect against mind-altering magic.
Certainly. I have many things that could assist with that. I'd say the most common thing would be a potion of mind shielding, though run you about 850 gold.
Like thought and Salza said, more money than I've seen in my life. He'd just nod his head at that. Good to know those prices range. I had never inquired that before. But now, until I start accruing the income for the festival, I'll have to settle for the general antidote.
Sure. As he would reach over to the side, behind the cauldron, so you can't see where he's reaching to, and then pull a hand up and pull up a small vial of what looks like a crystal clear green liquid. 50 gold pieces.
I'll give him the 50 gold.
Alright, as you pay for it. It is an antidote. As an action, you can drink it, and it will end an effect that is causing you to be affected by the poisoned condition.
I will leave you to your work, good sir. Eventually will be seeing me in a matter of days.
Certainly, certainly. I'm certainly always looking forward to customers returning. Good day to you, then.
And to you. And Sass would head outside.
Okay. Where are you gonna head to after?
I believe we touched on this briefly, and I have no idea how it went in the session 0. Other than just knowing how to use Thieves' Cant, would Silas know any potential ways to, I guess, for lack of a better term, find the a black market or the seedy part of town?
It'd be dependent on the region. You can assume that the ways you would do it in your area are not quite the same.
Woes of being a foreigner.
I'd say that, though, you'd know that the more, civilized areas become, the more intricate means to find such things become as well.
Right. The more lawful a place, the better they gotta hide it.
Correct.
Looking at it. There was trade hub. I would actually find a guard and ask them where the best district or section of the town is to find just lots of general marketplace goods.
They would direct you to a trade hub. The trade hub, if you're looking for that. Or the crafts quarter. But if you're looking for marketplace goods, it'd be the trade hub.
Go to trade hub.
Are you looking for anything in particular, or?
I think it's more he would just be scanning, seeing, I'm sure nothing that's going to jump out at him, particularly with his interests. And and every so often just tap in Thieves' Cant on, like firmly on on Silas's blade, the side of his blade on that is sheathed. Just looking for poisons.
Are you sure?
He doesn't know if guards learn Thieves' Cant anymore.
Roll me 1d100.
Okie doke.
Alrighty. As you're about doing that, after a bit, you've not gotten anybody who has looked your way or anything like that. But after some time, you get a tap on the side of your back.
Stop.
As you turn over to look, you would see what looks like a stout, older-looking gnome with short, graying brown hair. It appears to be a woman, dressed in plate armor, with a shield at her side that is emblazoned the symbol of Destin, and you can see what look like very obvious signage of rank and command across her garments as well. As she has what looks like a short sword sheathed at her side, but her hand is directly on the hilt after tugging you. As she looks at you, and she just has a bit of a exasperated smile, clearly exhausted, as she goes, "May I have a word with you, sir?"
But of course.
Right this way. You'll be coming to my garrison, if you would.
Off a long way for a word. He's not walking, but
Yes, it is an awfully inconvenient way for me too. As she looks at you very annoyed.
the reason we're heading all the way to your garrison.
Is there a reason you're tapping, looking for poisons in my city? Towns, you would say.
Because I might have to be defending this city, and it'd be good to be well equipped to do so.
Oh, I see. Here for a job offer, then.
To set up the festival, yes.
New to the area?
Very much so. In a broad sense and a local sense.
Do you have any papers on you, identification?
So let's pull it out.
Should look it over. You know, poisons are very illegal in Destin.
I actually was not aware.
As in, end up in prison for 1 to 4 months, depending on the severity, depending on what you're doing. Dealing, you get longer. Buying, you might get a bit of leeway, depending on the poison.
I can honestly say I was unaware of these facts.
Where are you now?
Where I'm from, it's not so much of a problem to acquire poisons.
Were you not told that poisons were illegal
I mean,
last time this came up?
he's not saying he didn't know that they were illegal here. She just listed like all these penalties and such, and he didn't have any idea how bad the penalties were.
Well, she didn't know. You did say that you didn't know it was illegal as well.
Yes.
Okay,
Did,
but you
did say that.
But I'm asking because I'm not, because it's been a while. But you were informed of that, though.
I think when he asked about it in Trevine, someone did briefly tell him that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you would have to roll a deception, assuming Silas remembers that.
I don't know why he would have forgotten.
Okay.
Oof.
I don't know if she can roll that bad. Considering. Her possession, let me check. No. That just gets passively beaten. As she just looks at you. Straight, exhausted face. She rolls her eyes and goes, let's not make this harder for me. Because I've had a lot going on in this little piece of heaven. And I'm in a bad mood. And you're lying to me,
Yeah,
saying that you didn't know that this was illegal. And I don't like being lied to when I'm in a bad mood. Maybe in a better mood, I'd think it was funny. But I don't think it's funny right now. You have a reason for me not to just arrest you on the spot now and detain you for who knows how long.
Because I'm going to be here for a matter of days setting up your festival, and I have the contract that I signed helping to protect it should something like come to the town. And based on the interaction with the mayor, it seems like there's a decent probability that might happen.
I'm sure she'd make
Having me
anyone...
arrested would have one less person...
I'm sure she'd make anyone think there's a decent probability of any sort of disaster happening, that woman.
Having me arrested would be one less person in that plausible scenario to help the town. And I will most assuredly be out of your town and out of your hair in a matter of days. I don't intend on doing anything ill to anyone from here.
Roll persuasion.
Okay. A little better.
She looks you over and she's very clearly annoyed. Looks to the ID. As you see her take out what looks like an item, she pulls out what looks like a small mallet from her bag. As she will take it to her side, it looks like to be made of a golden material. She'll hold it toward your ID and will bring it down at the side of it as it will slam down atop it. You would see magic sear and what looks like a mark appear on the side of the ID. Well, I know who you are now, and your ID's been marked. See how long that mark lasts, too, depending on if you actually deliver on your good behavior. Piss me off by pulling this again and getting caught by any of my people, and that their mark will guarantee some jail time for you.
Does that mean I should come see you on my way out of town in a matter of days?
It'll be gone in about a week. Or at least the severity of it will be gone in about a week. Maybe you can. Maybe if you've. Maybe if I've softened up the idea of you in a couple days, you can come by and I could get it permanently removed. But we'll see how that goes, champ.
Can I get your name then, by chance?
Oh, sure. Guard Captain Galtra. That's what you can call me. Captain Galtra will do. Lady Galtra. Ma'am will also do.
Can you get a spelling for Galtra?
Yes.
Okay, that's right. Well, God, Captain Galtra, I gather I shall see you. Hopefully, there won't be an incident at the festival, so in a matter of 3 to 5 days.
Yep. As long as you don't fuck anything else up.
I can't see it going that way. I appreciate the interaction and the result.
Well, I'd appreciate it if you keep your
You have a
nose
good
clean
day.
in my town, then. Oh, I will.
Silas will give a very practiced smile and above his head and start heading back towards the end.
Yep. You live, you learn. Heading back to the inn, you said?
Yeah?
Okay. As you're going to start heading that way, I'm going to switch over to Astrid and Josie now. You guys are very good at D100s, I just want to let you know. Okay. As Astrid, Josie, you two were heading to a gun shop to try and purchase some ammunition. Is that all you're trying to do there?
Yeah.
Okay. How much
I don't
ammo
use
are you trying to
ammo,
how much ammo are you trying to purchase?
How much is it?
It is 10 gold for 20 bullets.
Is that expensive?
That's how much it was last time. So, to answer your question,
Astrid has no concept of how much things should cost.
Sounds about
it's
what
a
it should
banana,
be.
Michael. What could it cost? $10?
That's basically it, yeah.
Okay. I would like 46 bullets.
Do you want to
Do they
make
all-
it an even 50? I could
Do they
wait
only
and
come in
say
packs
more.
of 10?
Correct.
Okay, then just 50.
Do you need some help?
Yes.
I'm asking out of character if you need money.
Oh, no.
So 50?
Okay.
I need help with math.
I think we all do on that aspect.
So you're buying 50 bullets.
I'm
Yes.
a liberal arts major and you expect me to do math?
How much would that be? So, let's see. 50 golds.
Would it be
Would it be
25
50?
gold?
No, wait. Because it's
If you-
10.
If you get twice as many bullets for the amount of gold, it should be 25 gold.
Sure.
Okay, because it's for every 1 gold piece, you get 2 bullets.
Yeah, no, she did the math right.
Okay.
Cool. I'll
25
hand
golds.
them that.
Anything else you two would be doing?
Do they have fancy ammo?
Not here, no.
Famo?
Yes. That is all I need to do.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess the two of them would go to the dandelion, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you two would start heading back
I keep
to
wanting
the...
to call it a bar and grill, which is not correct.
As you
Do they have a
two
grill there?
head back to the inn, I'm going to call break now. As we're going to take 5 minutes. Is that good with everyone? Alrighty. So, we're going to take 5 minutes now. We'll be back at...
Yep.
like 9:03, 9:04, or whatever. Alrighty. Pause the music and pause the stream. before we get to the next part. Silas, as you're moving about, heading back to the tavern, you see what looks like, throughout, what looks like a series of a bit too coincidental, signage and, stone placement and such and so on. As you can roll me an intelligence check. Really quickly, if you can. Would have been at advantage if the perception was higher. But just the straight roll. That's good enough. As it's not exactly Thieves' Cant, as it's a lot more roundabout than Thieves' Cant even is. And that's saying a lot. Because Thieves' Cant is rather roundabout in its method of communication. But you're able to piece together a message in the placement of the signage and stones. As you're able to tell that it says, King's Coin, dinner time.
All right. Take a scan for, if it looks like I'm being watched by anyone.
No, and it doesn't seem like those are placed recently. That just seems like those are there.
All right. Just gonna. Am I still in the trade quarter?
You're a bit outside of it by this point, but you're close to it.
Do I see are there random people walking?
Oh, there are people around everywhere.
Street?
Yeah, there's people everywhere.
Just like to try to politely get someone walking nearby me's attention.
Mm-hmm. You'd be able to.
My hand here. Excuse me. New to town, and I have just one simple question. If you could possibly answer.
Aye.
Can you tell me where the King's Coin is?
The bar? Yeah. As he'd give you directions. It appears that it is a bar, on the east side of town.
So near the craft quarter?
Not near it, but it's on the same side.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
And you would have gotten directions to it.
The sign said King's Coin.
Dinner time.
What time?
Dinner time.
Dinner time. Okay. What time does it look like it is? So I look up at the...
It's assuredly afternoon still.
Okay. I'll head back to the inn for now, then.
Okay. As you head back to the inn. Do. Give me one moment. Okay. As you arrive back toward the front of the inn, at the same time, Josie, Astrid, the two of you arrive outside of the inn as you would see Silas. And
How
Silas,
did
you'd
your
see
little visit go?
I think we made a friend. I'm not quite sure what happened.
That's good.
She's gonna come and drink.
I think I did the opposite of that, so glad you did. Um, everyone else should already be inside, I believe. I do have something to share with you at some point tonight, sister, that I hope you like.
All right.
I can go inside ahead of you two if you'd like a moment outside.
Oh no, it's something I could wait to show her later, like after everything's calmed down and such.
All right.
Oh, I did get these. He's gonna pull out the owl candies, cookies. Well, give one to Josie and one to Astrid.
As you two would see what look like cookies in the shapes of owls.
Which ones did we get, though?
Figure it out yourself.
You got the clown owl. She got the hawk owl.
There's a clown owl?
There's a bird on
No,
this.
there's not. You got a barn owl.
Oh.
There you go.
It's a cookie, but someone drew a picture of a bird on it.
Yes, it's something that we got for our purchases at the library. I don't know if they're good or not, but
You purchased
they
things
are.
at the library.
Apparently, yes. I have acquired some books for myself. So did Carolina and Isaac.
Do libraries work differently in Destin than they do in other places?
That library works differently than I'd imagine many libraries.
Technically, it's called the Sorcerer's Library. It doesn't say that it's actually a library.
It seems to be very popular and has the most books I think I've ever seen in a concentrated place. It's quite amazing and has apparently a high-risk animated suit of armor outside of it that Isaac upset, which was somewhat comical.
What did he do?
He asked about a specific author name possibly being there, and apparently it was not something you should ask about because it's on the restricted floor. Doesn't seem like it takes too much to upset the armor.
I can't really blame him for that.
I don't know. It sounds pretty on brand.
Shall we go in?
Silas will open the door and hold it open
Well,
for
the
those
doors are open.
two. Oh, well, never mind. He'd wave his arm towards the doors.
Okay, Esther will go in.
Sorry to,
Josie's already eaten half her cookie.
sorry to make that point there. It's just I've already said it before, and I don't, It's an open door.
Yeah.
The three of you
Open
would
door
step in.
policy.
As you do.
Like
You-
love.
By this point, Sol, Carolina, Beryl, Isaac, and Satanta, your new friend, have moved over to an actual table, so you're not just standing about the bar. But we'll get to that in a moment. As the three of you enter, you'd see all of them at the table with the individual I've described prior that you all see. And since he's sitting forward, Astrid, you can roll me a history. We'll say it's at advantage at seeing the emblemage. You certainly recognize the symbols as the Knights of Four and the Knights of Camelon. You don't know the man, nor do you know too much about either of those organizations, in fact, from the role, just that they are important and represent, say, the Knights of Camelon are the Royal Knights of Destin, and the Knights of the Four are the four chosen Knights of Praxmore.
Okay.
But as you three step in and notice that, before you can say anything, the individual at the entrance goes, "Ah, hello. How can I help you? Drinks or rooms?"
Both, sir.
I can help you with the rooms then. How long will you be staying?
3 to 5 days, so probably best to secure the room for 5 days.
5 days, alrighty. Is that for the two of you as well, as he looks to you two? Astrid and Josie?
Are you gonna share with Silas, Josie?
How many rooms y'all got?
Oh, we have plenty of rooms. We've had several people come in and buy, and we're still not running short.
I guess I could take my own room then.
Yes, then 3 separate rooms, please.
That'd be 5 silver each if you're all staying for 5 days.
Okay.
Gives him 5 silver.
Okay. At this point, those of you at the table have noticed them at the front due to the conversation. And you pay and are handed keys as he goes, if you need drinks, the barkeep's over there. So he'd point over to the barkeep. But you'd notice them at the table, they'd notice you. What do you all do?
I wave over to Josie and I go, Josie, I got something for you, and it's not a water this time.
Josie, who has now stuffed the other half of her cookie into her mouth, will just sort of quick walk over excited.
Presents?
I was just going to the bar.
Sure, I can change the music now. 'Cause you're all
Astrid will
here.
go to the table.
Okay. One second. At Josie walking over and Astrid walking over as well, Satanta would look over to you all and go, more of your friends then.
Yes.
Would you like for me to move then? Don't want to possibly intrude on all of your,
No, I'm sure
time.
they'd love to meet you. Well, I mean, if you're comfortable with that.
Hey, I've got nothing better to be doing right now. Just see him look toward the door. His eyes linger on it for a moment. Then he looks back.
Are you waiting for somebody?
Oh, did I type that in general? I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh, my
I
bad.
was very confused.
Apologies, I didn't notice.
All good.
You could say I've been waiting for someone to get back, yes. Probably not a problem, it's just my apprentice. He likes to spend some time away. But
Would you like to describe him? in
Josie
case
and
you happen to
Astrid
see
would
him?
get to the table about now.
Well, not there yet.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
would have gotten to the table about now.
Howdy.
So, first, an appetizer. And I hand her the cookie.
Oh, hell yeah!
Oh,
2 cookies in one day?
that
This is the
actually
best day of my
reminds
life.
me,
Oh, you already got a cookie? I thought I was going to be the only one to give you a cookie.
I'll go into my bag and I'll hand Beryl a cookie.
Damn,
Oh, these cookies coming out of nowhere.
how'd y'all get so many cookies?
We bought books, believe it or not.
Those are not the same thing.
Sometimes they could equate to each other.
Sometimes books are cookies.
Write that down.
They bought him at the Barnes & Noble Starbucks.
Josie gets 3 cookies, but you don't offer me one.
I just
Oh,
got 2 cookies.
Sorry about that. I'll hand one to Soul too. Because I forgot I got a couple for them. Yeah, they were also selling these. Isaac, show them what else you got.
Yes, I was getting to that, Carolina. Thank you. And second, the main course, and I.
Is it a bigger cookie?
It's not a bigger cookie, and you can't eat this. I wouldn't suggest it. And I open it up like a clamshell, and it's the magnet that says "Wish you were here" at the Sorcerer's Library.
What is it?
I mean, Isaac would know what a
No.
magnet is. No.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a decoration that sticks to metal. I figured you could put it on your gun.
Oh! I'll pull the giant rifle from out, like, off my back and put it on the table. Does the magnet stick to it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. It's so fancy. I would never go to the Sorcerer's Library. It sounds like it's just full of books. But now that I know there's cookies there, you know.
See, that's how they get you in.
With the cookies.
Yeah, and then you maybe like decide to browse and you find a book that's interesting and you start reading and a whole new world is brought up in front of you.
I'm a little surprised by their business venture to just get things that stick to metal. But,
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really look like they were selling a lot of them, but I saw it and I thought of you, and I thought it would be a nice addition to your gun.
It does make it look real pretty.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
Wonder what it's gonna do to the balance.
Satanta, and to you all, to those who don't know him, the other individual at the table, the stranger, looks over Josie's gun as this happens and goes, "Huh. You all are certainly a unique group."
Oh, I'm sorry. You're not supposed to have guns at the table. She'll put it back on her back.
I think you might be giving old Barkeep there a heart attack as he looks over the Barkeep, who is eyeing over here very carefully after that.
No, it's okay. I wavered to the Barkeep. No, it's okay. We were just decorating it.
That makes it okay.
He just deadpans looking at you. Looks over to Silas, who approached the bar, and goes, "How can I help you?"
Yes, I would like, sweet wine. Do you have elven wine?
Yes, we have elven wine. The gent over
You get
there is
my,
paying for everything tonight, so you don't have to pay. As he points
Who is
over
he?
to the stranger.
You have an entire bottle I could take to the table, then.
Looks over to the man at the table as he goes, "You paying for people's entire bottles?" As he goes, "Aye."
Damn.
And he goes, "Guess you get an entire bottle." So he offers it out to you.
Silas will take taking the bottle. Could I get a glass? A mug?
No, he would have handed you a glass with it.
Okay.
He's not a savage.
Didn't know he thought Silas was a savage, that's all. Go back to the table with the bottle.
Alrighty.
Pour myself a drink.
Beryl would introduce Satanta.
Hey,
to the
nod
people
to you
who are
all, and he goes,
approaching.
"Good to meet you. Satanta Fion."
When you introduce him, are you just introducing him by name and not title?
Yeah, no, Beryl would say. All right, actually, no. Beryl would say, he's a knight. And I kind of like give. I look to Isaac and I give him like a look, like, yeah,
Yeah, you got it right. And I give her a thumbs up.
all right.
Oh, really? This Silas takes a sip. A knight from where?
Oh, you know. Here, there, everywhere.
I assume this town doesn't have their own knights, just gods?
Haven't heard of any Wolford knights at the very least. You could say I'm a member. I'm a member of Knights of Camelon and a member of some Praxmore Knights as well.
Oh, another one from Praxmore. Just meeting
Silent.
all kinds of people from there, aren't we, Isaac?
Silas, try not to be too rude to our guest. He's kind of a big deal.
Hey!
How am I being rude by saying he's another person from the city of Praxmore?
Don't make
You're
me
not
out
even-
to be anything more than I really am. Besides, none of you have been rude to me so far. Just treat me like you'd treat any other person. Who
By the
has
way,
as handsome
thank
as a
you
mug
for-
as I.
I look at Satanta and go, well, if he treats you like any other person, he's going to be rude to you.
Isaac is savage today in game.
Get him.
Is that the case, Isaac?
I mean, you've never been rude to me.
This feels like a very domestic dispute going on here. Should I step away?
Oh no, I find misunderstandings of me quite comical myself.
So at that response, Caroline will actually laugh out loud, and that's like not something she has really ever done around you guys.
Hmm.
Oh my.
So a knight of Camelon, yes?
Yep.
Carl's gonna,
Pardon my lack of. What?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Right. So, as a knight of Camelon, pardon my quite probable lack of knowledge, being a foreigner. Have you met the Queen?
You could say that.
I'm sure many people have said what I'm about to, but would be quite an enjoyable experience, I believe, to get to meet her.
I'm sure I'm sure most of Destin would also say the same thing. Barrel roll, sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm.
What's your passive, Silas?
13. Silas is not carefully watching the bottle by any means.
Alright, any of you who have a passive better than 16, see her do it, though.
Astro doesn't say anything.
Including,
I don't
you can tell Satanta sees it all, but says nothing.
I don't try to like take the whole bottle. I just like after I pour my glass, I set it back.
But, well, dear Queen Avalon is, very popular amongst the people, so I'm sure most would, be vying for the chance to meet her.
Oh, I'd love to meet her. I have it actually on a list right here. He pulls out her notebook. Goes right there. And just flips a few pages.
It's not exactly an easy thing to do. She's kind of the queen.
Right, well, I don't just put any old thing on the list. And if he's that like perceptive, he can clearly see like really, really simple things on the list, like ride in a ship, and dance at a festival.
I believe it'd be quite enlightening with the just her position and such, but also what I've heard, she's quite astute in the magicals area.
I suppose, yeah. She's a mighty fine warrior. Mighty fine queen, too.
Is she your friend that you mentioned with the power of resurrection?
Oh, no. Not her. She's not gifted in magic in that kind of way.
What What kind of way is she?
I shouldn't be talking too much about the Queen and her business, quite honestly. Not my place to
How
say.
long have you been here? And how long have you been here, sir?
Wolford? Maybe about a couple weeks now. Astrid, what were you going to say?
This.
When
Sorry.
Beryl introduced us, did she give our names or did she just introduce him?
Yeah. No, yeah, she would have done the back and forth.
Because we've just been talking to this guy.
Yeah. No, I didn't feel it was necessary to go through the whole rigmarole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's it.
Go on, Salas, sorry.
Is there something that has you here? Like, are you on post or
Just here for
to
work.
visit? I don't mean to. Really? What kind of work? We're here to work the festival.
Just a bit of that.
Again, foreigner, so perhaps I'm out of my element in this, but I'm doing festival work for someone that can afford to just feed the bar ale and wine and etc.
Money's not an infinite resource. Runs out eventually. Better to queue it when you can. Accrue it when you can.
It's true. I'm just slightly concerned about potential hazard while we're here. Number of coincidental things just not adding up well.
I certainly won't be any hazard to you while you're here. Unless you're here to do something bad. He's just
more concerned that your presence here might imply that there's something bad coming that you're here to deal with, is all.
I'm not here to deal with anything like that, nope.
Can I insight that?
Sure. Hard to
Hey,
answer
more
read.
great rolls.
He exudes a lot of confidence in every word that he says.
Do you know the mayor?
Oh, I know Mrs. Serpentstone, Bit of a jumpy lass. Is anyone else saying or doing anything?
Actually, I had something. Yeah. I don't mean to be nosy, but well, I noticed that your really large stick. It's magic, right? It looks powerful. What is it?
Oh, just a little bit of a tool that I carry around.
Can I see it?
Oh no, it's nothing special.
Are you sure about that?
Yep.
Because it seems pretty powerful.
I mean, it's just a stick wrapped in cloth. Don't know why you'd think that.
Oh, well...
Meryl, you recall your prior statement of not trying to be nosy?
Right, but he's wrong. I was just curious. Sorry, I didn't mean any offense.
I'm not offended in the slightest. It's nothing special, like I said. Just a little thing I carry around for the occasion in case something happens.
Fair enough. I'll just lean over to Isaac and be like, "It's really, really magical."
Ooh, Isaac's eyes will go up at that.
Isaac, would you like some elven wine?
I don't drink soul, thank you.
Surely you've had elven wine, though. It is served at La Boda.
It's served at what?
La Boda. Wedding.
Oh. I've actually never been to a wedding.
Never been?
No. I guess that's a little
But-
surprising, but maybe this isn't surprising, but I don't have, like, a lot of friends. And even the ones I do, they, aren't the kind to get married off, but
But you're so nice, Mr. Darrow.
I appreciate that, Barrow.
It's so shocking, Isaac. Sounds gonna drink.
Soul just kind of like looks at him sideways and then looks over at Josie.
I've also never been to a wedding, if that's your question.
Me neither.
Same.
Oh. She looks a little embarrassed and puts her mug up to her mouth.
Sol, did you think Josie and Isaac were married?
Yes.
Isaac will turn a bright red.
Silas starts laughing at that before he stifles himself and takes another drink.
You give her so much attention. I thought you were betrothed.
That's very sweet, actually, Sol. You shouldn't be embarrassed.
You know what, Soul? Maybe I will try that drink.
Get Isaac drunk. Get Isaac drunk.
She pours him a tall glass of elven wine.
Oh boy.
And in order to hide his embarrassment and shame, he will chug it.
Oh no, 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 no.
Isaac, no!
Oh no.
That's how you show a girl
I'm
you
not-
like.
you said you don't drink, so I'm not even gonna give you the con save.
That's fair.
But you're not feeling
You
great
don't-
after it.
You don't
Did you
chug
used
wine,
to drink,
Isaac.
though?
Is it like riding a bike?
He's tried it before, but he just
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
drink.
It's not like an alcoholic issue or anything like that.
Oh, Isaac,
No.
that's not something that you. Oh
That's not something you chug, yeah.
no. You're gonna have a tummy ache.
Oh.
You're gonna have the runs.
Oh.
And your head's
Uh,
gonna get all spinny.
I would advise
Going
that
to
you eat
find out
some
what
bread.
the hangover is.
I would definitely recommend you get a glass of water now.
Or you could keep going. Alternatively,
Well, yeah, just maybe slower.
or you could do that again.
Not with wine, though.
Not with wine,
Probably.
though. No.
Please.
I'm concerned that the alcohol content in his body is actually more than the water content in his body at the moment.
That's a, I
Which
feel
is
like,
very rare for Isaac.
I feel like that's the case. That should be the case with most people, either way.
Mr.
So poor-
Satanta, sir, you
Just
are an
Satanta's
enabler.
fine.
I say you are an enabler.
Ah, I've been told things like that before.
I think I will get a water. Do I stand up and do I fall down?
Roll me a Constitution save. Now. You're not too bad off.
Eat something as well, please.
I will go up to the bar and order a water and ask what they have for dinner. Well, actually, it's not even dinner time, is it? Or would it be around dinner time?
No, it's not.
Do you have bread? I could use some
You can
bread.
get some bread.
I'll come back with water and a bread.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've only been traveling together, what, like 2 weeks? Before that, it was just me and Silas.
Silas is your brother, yes?
Uh-huh.
He's not her second husband, if that's what you're asking.
But
Sure hope not.
it is a bit strange. You, how do I say this? You are not the same elf.
Well, no, we're two different people.
Not completely, no.
So
We are as close siblings as exist, I believe.
As a reminder, just because we know that Josie and Silas are different elves, has it been made apparent like what kind of elf Astrid is?
I don't know how you all can tell elves instantly apart just by appearance like this.
Yeah, hold on. I didn't know there were different types of elves. Well, I knew they were different. I didn't know Josie and Silas were two different types of elves.
I'm just speaking out of character here. Like Beryl's perspective on the fact that Josie and Silas are different elves is just like literally their personalities.
One's ears are noticeably longer, and that's in their pictures. That's just what I'm going off of. Sorry.
Yeah.
Lodron ears aren't noticeably longer than normal elven ears, though. But Josie and Silas would look different enough elven-wise either way. But like, I don't know how you guys are able to tell these elves apart as well. But I don't know. I don't know if any distinctions have been made by anyone what races they are outside of game.
I mean, I think most people looking at Astrid, if they had to get, like, if they knew nothing about elves and they, like, saw her whole thing, would be like, I don't know, moon, elf, and then that'd be correct. So
I don't know, she's wearing a picture of the moon, so.
Wearing the moon, a lot of blue.
You wear the symbol of Elstray on you, Astrid?
No.
You don't wear any emblemage of her?
I have my, well, she does, but it's under her shirt.
Okay. So it's not out. Okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, like, Beryl's knowledge of elves is, like, pretty much the stereotypical, like, what Silas is out of character. So, you know, she would just be like, she would see him and be like, oh yeah, elf. But then see Josie and Astrid and be like, elf? Elf?
Well, also, though, not technically, because the Lodron look more Fae-like and nature-like in the Fae as well. Silas does not look like that.
Oh, okay.
You'd probably be able to tell from his energies that he exudes, because you've done your thing around him enough. Mm-hmm. But he doesn't look like a normal Lodron, particularly from the Fae.
Okay.
Unless I'm wrong there, Ben.
I mean, that's up to you. He's just an elf that grew up where he grew up. I didn't have any.
Well, no, technically, because it's up to you, because your appearance is up to
your
you.
Character.
I didn't know there was a difference. So if you think there would be, I'm fine with it.
Well, Phaelodron have different skin colors based off of their courts and such, and they have like leaves and other things that grow on them occasionally.
Yeah, he doesn't have that.
Yes.
Okay.
So go on, continue with your in-character talks.
I did not mean to be rude. I just... an observation.
I don't think you're a rude soul. And again, I'm often called rude, so what do I know?
She just looks at Silas and takes another sip.
I guess now's as good a time as any, Josie. Dal's gonna reach in his bag and start pulling out books to do with crafting gun ammunition, like gunsmithery.
Oh, you got yourself some books.
No, actually, I got you some on your interest. Books on making guns and the ammunition and the like.
I know how to make a gun.
You know, to make the ammunition.
Yeah, huh? It's easier to buy it. It's a little bit time consuming to sit there and do the, melt down the metal, and then you have to trim off the thing and put it in the mold, and it's all very complicated. I don't like doing it. Plus, it's dangerous because, molten. How small is the print in the book?
It's an informative book. It doesn't have pictures or anything, so it's mostly print.
Oh, so it's really tiny type? Oof, that's going to be hard. This is a hard book.
Well, I just thought that it might be of interest to you. If it's not, it's more than all right. I just had some spare time with my 15 minutes there and thought I would try to get you something to do with your hobby.
If I flip through it, is there any diagrams?
There are a few. Not
All
many.
right. I'll look at the diagrams.
They're diagrams
Nice.
of weaponry and like gun construction, mostly showing what the parts of things are called.
Speaking of the library, Beryl, I feel like you would like this. There was a living suit of armor who was on the outside, very magical, who gave us information about the history of the library.
Oh, that
He
sounds
was really
exciting.
friendly. His name was Roger.
He sounds delightful.
Mm-hmm.
While you guys are talking, hear footsteps approaching toward your table, but it's not getting closer before you just hear a raspy voice call out toward the table, just going, "Yo, Cap!" As you'd see Satanta look up toward the voice, and you'd see what looks like a dragonborn woman in chainmail armor with a scimitar at her side, looking toward him, who just nods towards him in like a gesturing formation. As he looks to you all, and as he stands up, he goes, if you'll excuse me, maybe away for a while. As he gets up and goes to walk toward the woman.
Thanks for the wine.
Aye! As the two walk, and then walk out the door.
Pouring another glass.
Sal's just gonna take the remainder of his cookies and put them in the shared bag.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like nod to Josie as he does it.
Oh, wow. Many cookies.
Does it feel like dinner time to
No.
Silas?
Not much time has passed.
Are the cookies wrapped?
Yes.
Okay.
So how was your little solo excursion, Silas?
Found a interesting individual that was potions and a potion accoutrement and casting implement things. Prices are as expensive as they are everywhere else. But it's pleasant enough. Didn't find anything else that really caught my eye. Did get shown out of the like business by the dear God captain. Seems quite nice.
He makes his own potions, I assume.
Potion maker? I would assume so.
Yeah. Some of the ingredients in potions are very expensive. One of my brothers went into potion making. He probably still makes them today. I remember him showing me some things. They were some pretty expensive materials and ingredients to make some. How much was he charging for some potions?
Well, 50 gold for an antidote or a standard potion.
Yeah. It's different for depending on where you are.
I did ask about some more exotic potion types and was curious, as I've never heard the prices of those, and those get quite pricey. More money than I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Did the shopkeeper have any reagents for healing potions?
Might. I don't know if they'll sell what they use to make their product separately or not, but they're kind enough. You could most likely easily inquire that with them. They seemed very open to performing their business. And it's not as overly busy as some of the places we visited.
Could I have directions?
So I would tell him how to get there, since he's already been there. Tell her how to get there. Apologies.
Did you make healing potions?
Me? No, I don't. I don't make healing potions. See the value in them, but I do not make them.
In a journal we found, we have a recipe for a healing potion.
You do?
We just don't have the ingredients for it.
May I take a look?
I'll show her the Malron's journal that we have. I'll
Well, you don't have
open
his
to the
journal.
page. Yeah, I thought we had the journal.
I didn't think you got. Did you guys take the journal? I didn't think you did.
Yeah, I took the journal because you said it has a recipe for a healing potion in it.
You have the entire journal. You just took that.
Yeah.
You just took evidence from a crime scene.
I was trying to. I don't know. Yeah.
So you guys
I guess
gave
so.
that to the fucking judge.
I guess this is our first time seeing Carolina with the journal.
We
Yeah.
gave the letters to the
I
judge.
thought we all agreed with.
No, yeah, defend yourself, James.
Yeah. I thought. I know if we were taking it or not, but yeah, I guess I have
Confidence.
it.
There's certainly a healing potion recipe in there.
Yeah. So
Well,
yeah, I'll open to the page of it.
Mm-hmm.
so none of you can make a healing potion.
Oh. That was interesting.
That was
Oh,
Jake.
gee.
I'm back. It's fine.
I mean, given the materials, I might be able to give it a go, but I really don't
Should-
know too much about it. I've only observed making potions.
I have a kit for such things.
Okay.
Would you mind if I took it?
Yeah.
She'll
I guess I'll give her the whole journal. Why not?
Oh,
Now the evidence is out of my hands.
Carolina,
Yeah.
why didn't you simply just copy the recipe down instead of taking the entire journal?
I don't know. I didn't think that far ahead.
Okay.
Is it bad that I took the journal?
It's not great.
I
He's
mean,
not going to use it.
at the very least, we could always give it to Journey with the money pouch.
Yeah, there you go.
Of course.
I didn't keep it to, read it every day. I kept it for the potion recipe.
Right,
I guess it
Silas?
would also be something that Journey could have.
Right, Silas?
So I'll
The
actually pull out
pouch.
the pouch and just like flash it and then put it back.
You could have even just ripped that page out. I'm just very confused as to
So
why
does
you felt
that-
the need to take the entire journal.
Maybe
I don't know.
maybe she needed something to write in and didn't want to, she needs someone else to get it started for her.
Well, whatever the matter is, what's done is done. Don't worry
I
about
mean,
it.
yes, we're very far from there now.
Well, yeah, but
so you gave me the whole journal to what? Frame me?
no, I didn't give you the
I
whole
mean, technically, you
journal.
don't know it's
frame you.
involved with the crime yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's not been brought up.
she wouldn't have said that.
She
Right,
does
but-
know it's a journal, so it's not sitting at this table, though.
Yeah. If you want, you could just copy the
go with that.
recipe.
She
Like
just
Ashton
takes the
said, that's
page
what-
out and
Alright.
hands the journal back to her.
Soul just rips a page out of the journal.
Journal bursts into flames.
Maybe we could mail it back.
Yeah. I don't know how he would go about checking his mail. But yeah. We could probably mail it to Journey.
Sure.
No, I don't think that's a very good idea, actually, now that I think about it.
No, I've wanted to meet Journey. What a name!
Yeah.
Astrid's just staring at the table.
Well,
like
it's-
this.
Could be quite a journey to meet Journey.
Yeah, he's pretty far from where we currently are.
I'm looking forward to it.
I have thrown in with criminals. And then she... Never mind. She wouldn't know that.
You have nothing to worry about. It was before we met you. And it wasn't... It's a long story. I'll tell you another time. Or,
It's actually a
you know.
fairly short story. It's something that we're, along with the little pouch that I flashed, that we're getting to the good friend of someone that is no longer with us. Of which we helped with the investigation.
I feel that it opens more questions, Silas.
When you say help, do you mean
We delivered evidence and the news of the individual's death to the proper law authorities. He had letters that appeared like, it was involved with why he was no longer with us.
Yeah. We were... To make a long story short...
That's how we got our proper documents.
Yeah.
so to kill a man for documents?
No,
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 he was
we
already
didn't do anything
decapitated
to
when we
him.
found him.
Decapitate. She just grabs wine and then starts drinking.
I don't think any of us would know how to decapitate a man if we tried, so it definitely wasn't us.
I mean, certainly not
I
me
think
and Isaac.
Beryl
Look
could.
at us.
I
Well,
don't think Beryl would, but I think Beryl could.
Beryl would never decapitate
would
someone.
Beryl know what decapitating means?
Yes.
Caroline
Okay.
will just go.
Oh, I could definitely do that
But why would you want to?
if they attacked me.
Why wouldn't you start with, like, the hand?
Well, that's just cruel.
It's harder to hit a hand.
Hold on!
Well, they'd still be living if they didn't have any hands.
Yeah, but they can thrive without hands.
Can you though?
Yeah!
Think about all the things
Sounds
you do with your
Beryl.
hands.
Caroline, have you ever met someone without a hand?
I met a guy without one hand.
And were they thriving?
No.
Beryl
they were
takes out her
homeless.
notebook and writes down, "Meet someone with no hands."
I met a woman with a wooden leg. Does that count?
You all met
Well,
someone
yeah.
with a wooden leg.
Sounds like a pirate.
No, she wasn't a pirate.
Oh.
What happened to her leg?
She changed the story every time. I'm not entirely sure.
You all met
Sounds like a
someone.
pirate.
You all met someone with a wooden leg.
Yeah, we did.
The captain, right?
Yeah,
The mayor
Yeah.
captain.
the mayor.
The Mapton.
I'm just saying, those without their limbs can still live bright, exciting lives, but it's real hard to do it without a head.
Yeah. I don't know many people who have lived without a head.
Jake, what is the history of the guillotine in Augon?
It exists.
Nice.
What is its country of origin?
Definitely Praxmore.
I'm serious. I wanted to know.
I don't have an answer for you.
Okay.
Roll
that's
history check on guillotine.
fine.
Josie, have you ever met someone without a limb?
Yeah, huh?
Y'all have?
Yeah.
They were thriving?
I mean,
It was the mayor of a town.
Oh yeah.
no, I knew a man with no hand.
With no hand?
Yeah, he had one, just not the other.
Oh, well, you can do things with a hand.
That's what I was trying to tell you.
Right, but if he didn't have any hands, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I was saying if someone attacked you, why wouldn't you start just cutting off one hand?
Because then they would just be in pain and rolling around screaming.
But they wouldn't be attacking you anymore.
I mean, they
Possibly.
might. They've got legs.
Yeah. And
What's-
they have another hand.
A whole nother hand.
And a
Exactly.
whole other hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've shown dominance over them. You're in a position of power now. You got two hands.
I mean, I showed pretty much dominance over them the moment they tried to attack me.
I'm just saying, one's murderer and one's just taking someone's hand away. And
Well,
depending on where y'all are, it can be a
One-
big difference.
One's self-defense and one's just pure mutilation.
Isaac, how's the wine treating you?
What?
Excellent.
Yeah, Isaac, have some more.
Silas.
As you all talk, you begin to hear what sounds like loud commotion coming from outside. And you see what looks like a couple of individuals run into people at a table. You're able to overhear as you stand about what sounds like their quick conversation, which is, "Hey, you're gonna want to see this. Something real weird coming through." As then they get up and walk outside.
That's worth checking out. You should probably have another sip before, though, Isaac, really. And just kind of push his own glass over to Isaac.
I
Don't
think that's a
drink
good
that.
idea.
Don't
Stop
drink
being
that.
an enabler.
I'm like trying to finish my glass as I get up.
Isaac, why don't we sit down?
Okay.
Get
Okay.
another glass of water in him, if you can manage it.
I like water.
Perfect. We're halfway there.
All right. So we're going to check it out.
You all going outside? Or
I think
who is going
everybody-
outside?
I think everybody but Josie and Isaac, correct?
Yeah, I'm gonna babysit the drunk.
Sure.
You've had
I'm
practice.
definitely going to look.
Sure.
Yeah, me too.
Sure. Sure.
Oh, cool. Silas is poisoning Isaac.
Give me 1 minute.
You didn't see anyway.
Isaac's gonna end up making out with the wrong sibling.
Oh, no.
Hey.
No, he's not.
Oh, man. Or the right one.
There you go.
As those of you that step outside. You move, and before you see anything, you hear the murmurs of people. And the whispers of their hearsay and such, as you just hear, "Ah, look at those flat-nosed freaks. What are they doing here?" And some other thoughts of, "Hey, stay back. Heard they'll cut you from belly to skull in an instant if you even look at them wrong." Or things like, "Damn slavers, shouldn't be allowed to move through this town." As you move outside and you see something strange, what looks like an entirely metal carriage made of a strange, what looks like blue metal that is carved from the front to the back in what looks like twisted black runes that emanate a astral blue energy, as the carriage is pulled by what looks like two rotting horses that look undead, animated. At the side of the carriage that is moving just quick enough for these folk to keep a pace next to it, there are what look like strange individuals moving with them. As you see, what look like tall, slender humanoids with rough, leathery, greenish-yellow skin and bright black eyes that are sunken deep into their heads. They have a long, pointed ears with an angular face and high-placed flat noses. And their ears almost look serrated on the back side. Some of them are have what look like long red hair, some have black hair, and some are completely bald. They also, as well, when you catch glimpses of their teeth in their maws, have completely sharpened, pointed teeth. They are wearing fantastical, fine-looking armor that have what look like pieces of ornamental red orbs like jewels across the armor in different places, and carry long weapons that have that same red jewel placed in it as well as they move. As they have a scowl on their face as they do, glancing toward each and every individual around, with just a look of disgust and hostility as they look toward the individuals around. Silas, the description of them looks familiar to a description you had gotten long ago of an individual, if you recall that.
Probably in my journal somewhere.
I'll give you a minute, because it was fairly important to Silas.
have a lot of notes. I'm reading as much as fast as I can, but
Mm-hmm. You can roll something if you'd like to see if you remember.
roll while I look.
Roll a history. You do remember. You remember very well, as you remember what was an individual had scammed you before, if you remember, at the beginning of
Oh,
your
I
journey.
remember that.
And you were described that you were told that he had went off with individuals that looked like this. If you recall that.
Mm-hmm. Garkin Corefire was his fake name.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Eridar.
That's what do you all do as they move?
Do I see what looks like a halfling amongst them by chance?
Nope. Though the carriage is completely sealed off, you can see that there is a door at the side that is chained up. You do not see a halfling amongst them, though.
Oh boy, let me roll something. Yep, that's about right. Silas is gonna shout out in their general direction, Captain Eridar.
One of them just looks at you and just gives a sneer as they continue walking.
Silas, do you know them?
Indirectly.
And out of character, can you spell the name in chat? Thank you. Who are they?
Did the person, real quick, the person that scowled at me, did it look like he's just scowling because I shout towards him, or did he look like he reckoned he was answering to the name?
Roll insight. Seems like he may have recognized the name.
I'm sorry, what was your question, Barrel?
I completely forgot.
You said, do you know them? I think.
No, and then he said indirectly.
Oh.
How do you know them?
Individual that scammed myself and my sister took leave with individuals of their description on a boat to get away from us. The vast majority of long, odd saved money got wasted on that individual on the attempts to get to this continent. And I would mighty like to see him again. As Silas is going to start walking towards the individual that sneered in his direction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep pace with Silas.
Okay. You're gonna walk up to him?
Yes.
Silas,
Not aggressively, just walking up to him.
Okay.
Silas,
Are you saying anything as you do?
Excuse me, could
You get cut off as you go close enough to talk to him, as just quickly out of the corner of your eye, you see the butt end of a longsword just smack you in the side of your face, and you go tumbling to the ground. As you would take 2 bludgeoning damage, and as you regain your senses as this happens, you see the individual that you approached, his sword just pointed directly at your gut, as he just looks at you with a sneer, as he goes, "Approach any further, Ishtek, and I will gut you from your stomach to your skull." As you see the guards instantly have their weapons drawn and start to approach, but hesitantly.
Astrid's gonna go get Josie.
sorry, Sorry.
Dust the stuff off. Go ahead.
Oh,
Oh, what just happened?
We lost Karina.
I hear them.
Oh, did your video turn off? Okay.
What's up?
Okay. Sorry, Beryl, you saying something?
Yeah, she would just be like kneeling down, kind of, in like just adjacent to Silas on the ground. He's like, sorry, he didn't mean anything.
Halfling to travel with you.
Hold your tongue, Ishtik. If you speak again, it will be the last words that come from your foul, disgusting nosed mouth. As the guards have pikes drawn and are approaching in, the other of these creatures have their swords drawn and just looking angrily out toward them. As the crowd is deadly silent and very clearly an air of fear.
Silas, maybe now's not the best time to go about this. Remember, we have work in the morning.
Silas will take a step back as he does it. His one. He doesn't draw his weapon, but he's certainly holding on to it, in the hilt of it. And without he didn't even think about the fact that he just instinctively did it, as it's very clearly humming from his hilt. Blade song. I didn't come. Looking at Beryl, not at them. Just having stepped away a few steps.
Yeah, you can crawl a bit back.
I didn't come out here to fight them. I came out here for information about a halfling.
Right, and clearly that upset them. So
Looks down at his hand at the pommel and lets go of it. Ah. So I was going to wait till as they go by and just see if he can see in the back of the carriage then.
have I gotten to Josie?
Yeah, you could have gotten to Josie. What are you doing?
Changing the guard.
Oh,
No.
Yeah, your brother needs
Well,
you.
all right. Make him
No,
finish
don't
his
go.
bread.
No.
Josie
Okay.
will be back very shortly.
Okay. I'll stuff bread in my mouth.
I'm trying to get Silas to his feet.
Okay. As
Yeah,
you
I would
do,
basically sprint out.
the guard, with their weapons drawn, are eyeing the situation, hesitantly as they go. As one of them just calls out, "You've no right to just be attacking people in our town, strangers." And, the strange creature just looks toward, the guard and just sneers and goes, "It was the fool that approached me and earned his punishment. Put your weapons down and we will be gone from your filth town in but moments." As the guard clearly responds out, "You need to put your weapons down and come with us after that one." Josie, you'd get outside by this point, and you'd see Beryl helping Silas to his feet, as you'd see what looks like just a little bludgeoning wound on the side of his cheek. Some dirt on his clothes as well.
Yeah, she'd kind of rush to try to take Beryl's place.
Mm-hmm.
It's really not all that bad. It's just a small little welt.
Yeah, but what the fuck happened?
Fine. It's not worth talking about. Silas goes to walk back inside the. Actually, has the carriage gone by yet?
No, it's like at a standstill right now, because of the guards as well. As the creatures would just call out, "I'm going to give you to the count of 5 to move out of my way before I turn this town into a bloodbath." as he just starts counting down from a 1, 2, 3, and before he can
Silas
stop.
is gonna.
Okay. What are you doing?
I was just gonna say Silas would call it to the guards. I'm fine. Please don't make a thing.
As you call that out, another voice chimes out too. He goes, I just calm things down here. As Sitanta would approach with just the spear, not the spear, sorry, the pole. What a surprise, there might be something under the rope cloth. Just under it as he's approaching, smile on his face, his same stride, as he's just walking up to the, creatures. As he looks around as he approaches and he looks to the guard, he goes, I've got this one handled. You all just take a step back. Looks down to you, 3 as well, as he goes, you 3 might want to take some steps back as well.
Let's go back inside. Yeah?
So it's just he's gonna like walk towards the building and then just stop near the entrance but not go in.
All right,
I have
then
something I want to see. I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather not make the bump on my head for nothing.
That seems like real terrible logic.
You all going to head inside, or are you going to watch the scene before you unfolds?
Oh yeah, I want to watch.
Yeah, watching.
Sure, okay. I'll play the whole thing out then, as the creature looks to Sitanta as he approaches, as he walks up, and the creature says, Stop! You smell different from the other Ishtiks here, so I will not instantly gut you for even trying to approach me. But move out of our way and tell your paltry gods here to step aside. As he looks to them, he goes, You know, you caused a bit of trouble here, assaulting someone in the town for very meaningless reason there, didn't you? He goes, the reason was not meaningless. The fool approached. He goes, I saw. Why don't we just make this easy? I'll escort you out of the town. Right by the side of the carriage. And nobody else has to go through any issues. As the creature spits on the ground and goes, we do not need paltry creatures like you to escort us out of this town. So he goes, Aye, but it's what you're gonna get because you caused a lot of problems for us here now. So he goes, Oh, you people are irritating. Give me one reason why I should not just gut you and then take this entire town down with your pathetic form. As, Beryl, you still outside?
Yeah.
You see, Sitanta go to the side of the cloth as he begins to unwrap the top of it. You going to do anything, or are you just going to watch?
I'll keep my hand on my Makwahitul, and if it looks like they're going to attack him, then I will rush in and assist him.
Okay.
But from now, just keeping an eye on things.
As he starts to unwrap, you see it unwrap around the top of this, as you just see the tip of what looks like beneath the cloth a red metal bladed tip of a spear that almost looks bony, though, as well, if it's made from the bone of a creature. The tip of the spear is pointed and sharp as it shines in the light, but it's also serrated, and it looks like barbs come off the side of it as well. And the minute the cloth leaves the metal, anyone trained in Arcana, and you as well, Beryl, just feel an overwhelming ping of magic that almost sends a chill and up your spine and almost forces you to take a step back. And you can tell that all of the creatures instantly fear that as well, as all of their eyes go wide and their weapons just get drawn at their side as they all take a defensive stance, and some let out a low hiss toward the man from him just unwrapping the tip end of it. She just looks out toward him, a smirk, as he goes, "Just an escort right out of the town, then I'll be out of your hair." As the one who has been speaking, the one who struck Silas, looks out toward him with a low hiss, he goes, "What are you, Iskith?" As he goes, "I'm just a knight, and you're just pissing me off right now. Just a quick escort out of the town. Me by the side, no other issues." As he looks toward the man, looking toward the spears, you can tell there's some serious consideration going through it. He's having currently. As he just goes, "Pah, Vlacky damned day. Fine. We will allow you to escort us out of this town." He spits on the ground again. Satanta just goes, "Right, allow me." As he points toward the way with the barely unwrapped spears, he goes, "Right on, go ahead, lead." He stands to the side, and the individual just growls again as they begin to slowly walk off. As they do, before Satanta follows behind with them, he glances over toward you all one more time, as he gives a toothy smile with his sharp fangs as he follows behind them, walking with the spear just at his side in a relaxed position. As they begin to move out of the sight.
Am I able to take a peek at the back of the carriage?
Take a peek at the back of the carriage. Roll me perception. Anyone else that's looking can do it as well. You see the back of the carriage, and it's what looks like there are bars at the back of it, but you can't see inside. It's just black for you. If anyone else is looking, they can roll perception.
Don't really have a reason to.
Same with you, Carolina. You're not seeing much. Josie, as you look in, you see what looks like a person inside. Someone that looks like those creatures, that is bound completely in that same astral runed chain metal made of chains inside of it, and a low emanating magic glow from inside. As he just sits there, calmly, what looks like taking breaths in and out, and you see the chains just very faintly shaking as he is sitting there. Sat there.
She's keeping her mouth shut about that.
Silas just goes inside.
Okay.
Yeah, Jesse's going in with him. Keeping an eye on him.
Alright. Do you all head back inside?
Yep.
As the crowd is slowly dispersing and you all head back in. All together.
See, Isaac, look, just back.
What do you do?
Isaac is face down on the table, sobbing.
What's the matter with him? We were only gone like 2 minutes.
I thought you guys were gonna leave me.
I
thought we were
specifically
going
told
to
him we
leave
were
him?
not going to. I told him we were not going to leave him.
I
Many,
didn't
many
believe
times.
her.
Mr. Darrow, it's barely evening. Pull yourself together.
I told you I don't drink, okay? I get very emotional.
Alright. That's fair.
Well, perhaps you should keep the remainder of the bottle.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about it. And just kind of like grabs it and holds onto it.
That there's partially you're doing, so
Me? I
no,
never told him to.
not you.
Oh. Right, well that was something.
Yes, it was something.
I've never seen anything like them. What were those things?
You hear the barkeep
No.
call out. They're Gith. Gith Yankee, more specifically. Flat-nosed freaks. He spits on the ground. Horrid creatures. Bastards like to kill, loot, slave when they can from us, if they're here.
And they're allowed to travel through.
Huh. I don't think anyone in the town could have stopped them in the guard.
I'll alter my question. They're allowed to travel to the major ports here.
They have a
Leave
city over in Gomor where they do trade. It's valuable trade. So some people look the other way when they come through, as long as they don't do anything to the people in their cities, in their nations.
Didn't have business with them anyways.
Certainly seemed like you
Had
did.
business with a halfling.
Well, that was a bold move of you, pal. You're lucky you didn't get cut. You're lucky you didn't get your stomach split open by him. I've seen him do worse by just getting looked at wrong.
Was that what
Not
that was
so
about?
easy to... Yes, those Gith Yankee are the type of people that were described to have taken the halfling that swindled us in the port. One of them responded to the name of the captain of those people that took the halfling from the port. Simply saw the opportunity to perhaps find out where that halfling went with our money.
And do what?
Get it back.
How much did they take from you?
Rather not say. More money than I have.
Well, I'm sorry about that. I just don't think any amount of money is worth losing your life over.
I didn't think I'd lose my life for approaching and asking a question. And I still don't think I would have. I wasn't expecting them to immediately assail me. We fought beside one another. I am not easily dealt with.
Right. Well, I mean, I certainly
But
wasn't.
I also wasn't looking for a fight.
I certainly
Sorry, go
wasn't going to let them cut you, but probably wouldn't have made things very easy for us.
Which is why I told the gods I'm fine.
And
Possible, not guaranteed information on that halfling is not worth fighting for.
are you fine?
Yes, it was a very minor bump. It was just enough to knock me onto the ground with not expecting it.
I mean, are you gonna go pursue them?
No.
Insight check.
Because
Oh.
I'm not lying.
Okay. All right. Well, that whole ordeal has sobered me up something fierce. So I think we need another one of these. And she's gonna go to the bar and ask for another bottle.
Sure.
I can't drink any. I shouldn't drink anymore. I have a place I intend on having dinner at, so I shouldn't be intoxicated or like before heading there.
Got a date?
You could call it something like that.
Mm. Who's the lucky gal? Or fella?
You assume it's a lucky gal.
That's why I said or fella. I don't judge.
If
It's
you
fine
intend
want
on
one.
coming and sitting third party to the dinner, you're welcome to find out.
I think I'll pass.
Silas is gonna actually tap on the table quietly, and Thieves can't trying to do it just loud enough so Carolina can hear, not right next to him, and say, less a date and more a possible transaction.
I think I might accompany you. See what kind of individual you were into.
Could be
Isaac
fun.
will-
Maybe they'll bring someone.
Isaac will have seen and heard Silas tapping on the table, and he'll start drumming on the table, yeah, yeah. Starts trying to put down a beat. But
Feel
it's
the
terrible.
rhythm.
Silas, what does Isaac say by accident?
Gibberish.
Something about a monkey?
Flamingo rapid fire green potatoes.
Race car, stop sign. Ding, 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 ding.
Jesus. So what are you guys going to be doing?
Slowly work back up to Tipsy.
I'm eating half the bread. Just because I want a snack.
Sharing a loaf.
Silas is just gonna wait till it's somewhat near
Dinner time.
He's basically just gonna be sitting there, probably pull out a book and read while he's waiting for it to get close enough to dinner time.
Sure.
I'd probably have something a little lighter. Maybe I don't know. Maybe just a little wine.
You're just gonna eat a lime?
I said a little wine.
Oh.
She doesn't want to get scurvy.
As some hours are going to pass, and unfortunately, I'm going to call session a bit early today, if that's good with everyone.
Mhm.
About 20 minutes or so, because I'm feeling a bit tired and some other reasons as well. So we're going to call a bit early, but next week we're going to pick up with it arriving at dinner time, and gotta sneeze. And dealing with what comes around that time, with Tika arriving and with several people heading off to their own different places. So that's going to be the session. I hope you all had fun. Next week you will all have traits. And that's the session. Sorry to end a bit early. Hope you all had fun nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Thanks for running.
Of course.
Sorry for my internet problems.
No worries. As I'm going to say goodbye to the stream very quickly, and then I'll be back. So if you want to say your goodbyes, you can do so.
Bye, stream.
As I will be back in a moment. Am I deafened? Yes. All right. If you watched along, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the session. We usually go a bit longer than this, but there's some reasons we had to end a bit early. But nonetheless, if you watched, hope you enjoyed watching. Catch us next week, as that's going to be that. Good night.